Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys from Mike over at Light Reading. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys could check it out. So now that the fiber purchase by T-Mobile has officially been announced, right? We got rumors and rumblings and speculations about it a few weeks ago from a German outlet, for those of you who remember that video. So with Lumos, T-Mobile to reach 3.5 million homes with fiber by 2028. So if you break this down, right, if you really break it down, T-Mobile's starting this from scratch, right, from zero. So we're in 2024, so it's going to take T-Mobile another 4 years to scale to 3.5 million homes passed. That is a drop in the bucket from what many consider. It's a drop in the bucket, relatively small scale. So actually, I mean, if you compare maps, right? If you compare an AT&T fiber map, even a Verizon fiber map, I mean, this really, even at the 3.5 million homes passed, this is really a very small drop in the bucket. So over the next 4 years, can we expect T-Mobile to continue buying up smaller JV players? So now that the initial purchase has been officially announced, now the speculation can begin. And the predictions we can make have a bit more proof behind them because they actually made a purchase, right? So if I go ahead and say, hey, look, T-Mobile is going to buy. I'm confident that T-Mobile will buy additional JV small fiber players around the country. Some of you might say, yeah, I can see that happening because they just did it with this Lumos purchase. So let's look into this a bit further. So T-Mobile will invest $950 million for a 50% stake in a joint venture with EQT. Now, the reason they need EQT, they got to learn. T-Mobile has no understanding, and they've never operated anything with wireline. They've been pure wireless. They branched off a little bit with TV, but that immediately ended. So now they need help. They need help. They need help how to own, how to operate the infrastructure. They need all of that help, and that's what EQT is helping with for the fiber operator, Lumos. The deal represents T-Mobile's deepening interest in moving beyond fixed wireless to fiber. So here's something else that I want to note that's very interesting. Mike Sievert on the earnings call said that they're paying about $500 per homes passed. The only way, let's be objective and smart about this. The only way that T-Mobile is only paying $500 per home passed as it comes to fiber to the home is if someone else is covering the rest of that cost. It's costing Charter today around $3,000 to $4,000 per home passed in rural. So the math is not adding up. So if it's only $500 for T-Mobile, that means someone else is covering the other $2,000 to $2,500. Let's just say it's more urban, suburban, and it doesn't cost as much for the homes passed. So let's say it's $1,000, $1,500 that somebody else is covering if T-Mobile is only paying $500 per home passed. Just wanted to throw that in. That's a realistic number because $500 per home pass is not realistic. T-Mobile's not paying that. There's no way. Somebody else is in on that partnership. I don't know if it's EQT or if it's Lumos themselves that are covering some of that, but somebody is covering some percentage of that homes passed. So T-Mobile, to get more aggressive on this, right? They really couldn't give us any clear answers. They kind of kept deflecting, and then they told us, wait for our capital markets day in October. That's where they will tell us more. And I'm here to tell you guys today in this video, to close out the video, T-Mobile will continue to purchase JV players. That is the only way that they gain any type of meaningful scale in the market today, competitively. If they want to continue to be a small player, then they don't purchase anyone else besides Lumos, right? But if they have ambitions and they want to grow a little bit scale, they're going to have to buy additional players. So to not bring any confusion about the penetration rate, right? There seems to be confusion out there. So today, T-Mobile just started the partnership with Lumos, so there is no penetration rate there. The 20% penetration rate that T-Mobile discussed during the earnings call is coming from the already existing partnerships that they have with like Tillman, and I think Intrepid is one of them in New York City, and then Colorado and some in Florida. Across that footprint today that they're doing wholesale on, that's where they have 20% penetration rate, or so they say, in the numbers. That's what they discussed during the earnings call. So if you go by that, they could possibly get to a 20% penetration rate with this Lumos deal, which would be huge. Like I mentioned in the earlier video, you got the converged offer, right? If you do wireless and fiber, 20% off, 25% off, I mean, you get both. And then you really deepen the relationship. So I think that's what T-Mobile's ambitions are, right? An already existing Lumos customer, move them over to the T-Mobile billing and then sell them wireless, right? An existing T-Mobile wireless customer, if you now have fiber to the home in that area with Lumos, you now sell them T-Fiber and bundle the billing that way to deepen the relationship. So very smart play here by T-Mobile, especially if the numbers pan out to be true. A huge upside for T-Mobile. They have great brand strategy. The team knows how to execute. They've been showing us that they can execute by the FWA numbers, the business numbers, the postpaid growth. All of that has been a positive for the company, and it shows us that we should have confidence in them as it comes to fiber. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.